I start.
I think we can kickstart.
All right. Good evening. My name is Okanya Emmanuel, and this is Group CS23. We're going to be presenting our final year report. So I'll be doing the introduction, which handles the background, problem statement, objectives. I'll also handle the scope, which has the geographical and technical scope and the significance. So in our background, we briefly describe what our project is going to handle, which is emotions. And these emotions are going to be handled from facial expressions. We describe that in our background. We also describe the states of emotions that are there, that we have, it being sadness, happiness, surprise, we have rude, also disgust, happiness, and neutral, plus fear. So in our problem statement, we look at the ads having been a major interference when a computer is being navigated by the user. So in our study, we are looking at online adverts, in particular, the pop-up adverts that come up while a user is using let me say, a software or a website. For example, sorry, I have flu. For example, if I'm versing through the YouTube and a pop-up out comes up, I will be able to cancel this ad by just changing my mood and emotion at that moment. Also, I will look through the objectives, and under these objectives, we have basically main objectives and specific objectives. And our main objective is to develop an emotion recognition-based ad remover system. From this ad remover system is going to be using facial images to remove and maintain ads based on one's emotions. Then our specific objectives are we need our project to seek and satisfy the collection and professional images and videos from available data sets. That we need our system to test and validate these data sets. We need to develop a mobile-based application that is going to detect the emotion of human beings based from facial images and videos. These videos will be taken during real time. So we shall also be able to train an algorithm to be used to give accurate output based on the 7 emotion states of human beings. Like I said, they are stated in our background introduction. So the scope, we mainly have the geographical and technical scope. And under the geographical scope, our system will be working in Uganda, since we are only looking at Uganda for the moment, but we hope later on in the future we could go above. Then our technical scope, we are going to call our mobile-based application system AdGo. This will be an online marketing application that can be used by people to buy and sell their products. Also, it will be able to detect one's facial expression and compare it to the emotions, either angry or sad or surprised or scared or disgusted or the rest. And the result from this emotion recognized from the face or the facial expression will be passed onto the model, which we are able to block, which will be able to block ads on the computer. Then our significance is the system will remove or maintain ads basing on a user's emotional state at a real time, which will enable them to browse through the AdGo application without interference from the ads. The system will also improve on the efficiency of the application and provide an enjoyable user experience. For example, if I can navigate through a system without being interrupted by ads, that means I'm going to surface through the system very well. Thank you very much. I would like my colleagues to continue from there.
Regan?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're next, I think.
Yes. Just a minute. Yes, a very good evening to our dear lecturers. My name is Okot Regan. We are group 35. I'm going to be taking you through the methodologies, the different methodologies that we applied just to make sure we achieve the respective objectives that we intended to achieve. So during the implementation of our projects, the first thing that we did was data collection. We had to organize and collect data from different sources. For example, the facial images and some videos from several data sets. But in particular, we use Kaggle as a website that contained our data set. We would have come with our own data set, but unfortunately, due to the time constraint, we couldn't come up with our own data set. So we had to use a public data set. But of course, we had to choose the one which is convenient and accurate enough that will give a huge contribution to our project. So we use the CK Plus and the Corn Cafe data set that really helped us and made sure that our application is performing accurately. Another thing is after the requirement gathering and the data set collection, we had to do some pre-processing of the data set that involved image resizing. For example, we used grayscale images for our data set. So, and we used a size 48 by 48 pixels just to make sure that it fits in our model very well. We did some cropping as well, and also later on we did some analysis just to make sure we remove some inconsistencies. After that, we had to, after the image processing, we had to we also carried out some labeling for a few of the facial images that we use for the trading. But of course, we used the public data set. Most of them were already labeled, but there are just a few that we had to label ourselves. And also, we used, as I had said earlier on, we used some techniques to process the data. For example, resizing, normalization, and noise reduction. After that, we also had to do some testing and validation, and also after the testing, I mean before the testing, we had to actually first train our model using the data set that we had collected. Then we did some testing with a few of the facial images that we had left on just for testing, and we also evaluated some quality. We evaluated the quality and reliability of the collected data sets, and as well as assess the accuracy of the emotion labeling by comparing with the expert annotations. So those are the few methodologies that we use to achieve above outlined objectives, not forgetting that we also used some feature extraction and representation. And also we had to extract some meaningful features from the facial images and videos. Those steps we just carried out during the training, just to make sure we come up with a very accurate application that will be able to detect emotions and predict them at real time. Of course, we used different algorithms. In this particular case, we had to use the CNN. That is a convolutional neural network that we used for detecting and predicting the emotional states of the users when they are maybe navigating through the AdGo application. Yeah, just briefly, not to waste time. Yeah, so this is how this is some of the interfaces of the AdGo application. This application is what the users will be navigating through. Remember, this AdGo is an online application that works the same way as Jumia does, as Gigi does. So when a user is navigating through, and in most cases, it's just used for buying and selling of products online. So when a user is navigating through, and maybe happen to come across an advert, the application will be able to detect the user's emotion depending on the very particular advert that is on screen at that time. And then will be able to predict the emotions and says if a person is sad or a person is hungry or disgusted, that is a negative emotional state, which means the person is not happy with what is on the screen at that particular moment. So the application will be able to remove the advert that is on screen. However, if the person's emotional state shows maybe surprised, happy, excited, or that the neutral, that means that the person is happy with what is seeing on the screen, which means the advert is of the user's interest. So the application, our emotion recognition based ad detection system, will be able to maintain that particular ad on the screen because the user is okay with it. Yeah, so just nothing much to add on there. I would just maybe call my other colleague to come and continue. As you can see here, this is one of us. After designing the application, so we had to, of course, put it under test to check whether it will give us the expected results accurately. So you can see this face is neutral, though you can see as if the person is trying to smile, but the smile is fake. So making the face, the facial expression or the emotion from this facial expression to be neutral. That's why the application is generating and showing an output of neutral as the emotional state of the person at that particular moment. Yeah. So just because of time, let my colleague to take you through the experimental or maybe the simulation results. Thank you. Jermaine, mute yourself.
Yes, can you mute? No.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay, good evening. Just to be quick. Let me take you. So I'll be taking you through the experimental results, and this is what we're able to achieve. Not really achieve, but as we're experimenting, this is where we found out what we could do and what we couldn't. So that data evaluation, we conducted a comprehensive evaluation of the images we had collected, and from the data sets, we assessed the quality because these face detection systems, they rely heavily on the quality of an image. So we had to make sure that there was emotion recognition accuracy. We had to achieve that through making sure weather conditions were okay, environmental conditions were stable. So another simulation result, as we are training the emotion recognition algorithm, we had to make sure that these these images I've said were of high quality and were consistent, i.e. were from the data set that we had said we would use. So another result we had to achieve, we had to make sure our application, the AdGo application, that it can really remove ads based on the exact emotion of our clients, our users. So we also implemented the emotion-based ad removal system by incorporating these ad blocker extensions to our system. Yeah, so we also came up with different conclusions based on these experimental results. So the conclusions are basically what went successfully. And here we can see that emotion-based ad removal system is what we're able to come up with. We say that it achieves high accuracy in classifying these facial expressions, whereby if someone is angry, someone is happy, we want to like make sure that there is consistency and there is accuracy. We don't want someone to be happy, yet it's portraying someone is sad. So another conclusion, the main one we drew with, it was a bit of a stretch, but here we say we believe we have outperformed the existing ad blocking approaches in ad removal accuracy and user experience. So yes, we'd like to know whether it's a stretch, you let us know. But as for now, we shall go with that. So the next will be the limitations. Yeah, the different limitations as we're developing this emotion-based recognition system. Number one, we have data bias, data set bias, sorry. Data set bias is basically it's basically imbalance in the data set, in the facial images that we are using the data set, whereby this can arise from different factors, can arise from imbalancing as data collection. For example, if we had said we are using CK+, then the images we have collected from that specific data set, these images are not like preprocessed at the accurately and having the same extensions like sizes as my colleague was explaining. Yeah, then this leads to data set bias, sorry. Yeah, so we have to address data set bias. Number one, because we have to make sure that the outcomes, the predictions of this ad blocker system are really accurate. And that is one of the downsides of having dataset bias. Once you do not address it, you're going to face inaccurate predictions. Your system will not have the right predictions. So moving on, limited availability of diverse and representative facial expression datasets. Yeah. This also brings me to different cultural contexts whereby a specific set of data, as in facial images, can operate for a specific type of culture. So as this ad blocker system is detecting a certain human figure, it may bring out different results because of these different cultural contexts. Yeah, so this is one of the downsides, which leads to not 100% accuracy. So yeah, we are still looking to address that, but as we move further on, we expect to apply these different, to add more, to work with different data sets as well. But as for now, we are trying as much as we could to scope ourselves to what we could manage at the moment. Yeah, so hardware dependencies, yeah, this training our model, we had to use like heavy machines that could cope up with this work. It wasn't easy, so we had to make sure that they had the capacity to handle these large sets of data that we are feeding as we are trying to train our model. Yeah, performance may vary based on the quality and capabilities of the hardware used. We all know that face detection systems heavily rely, as I had said, they heavily rely on the quality of an image. So we had to use the best cameras. We had to make sure that the hardware where we are using a data set, but as we were testing, we had to use different recorders, cameras. So we had to make sure that they were of the highest quality as we were testing, because we wanted accuracy and the right prediction. So yeah, we had to make sure this hardware that we used was of high quality. Facial expression variability, these ones also vary depending on the person. As I've said, the cultural context. Yeah. Difficulty in capturing and interpreting emotional states. Yeah, that one is pretty straightforward, but I think we managed to address it for now. Yeah, so moving on to future research direction, we hope to optimize our system later on highly for improved accuracy and performance, because now it's fairly accurate, it's really accurate, but we would like to improve on it in the future, and would like to make sure these other companies, especially sales companies that are related with what we are doing, we want to incorporate them to use our application in the future. Yes, so that they could also service their clients, yeah, who are facing this challenge of advert removal. So these are the references, yeah, whatever we have explained, the citations made, where we got our information from. Yeah, and so acknowledgement, I'll read through it very quickly. We express our gratitude to God for life. Special thanks to our supervisor, Mrs. Barbara Nansamba. Yes, we appreciate for her technical assistance, advice, and guidance. Thank you. That was group 35. Regan.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. We are very much pleased. And thank you for your time. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you.